All right, so let's look at example 5. I didn't know the video would start. Let's look at example 5. And we are on example 6. And example 6 says the value of a new car depreciates from $12,500 to $9,700. So depreciation, that means that the value lowers, okay? Cars, when you buy them, be it new, even when they're new or used, the moment you buy that car and it leaves the car lot, it depreciates in value with with mileage, with usage. Over the years, your car is not worth the amount that you bought it for. So if you want to know how the percentage that it depreciates, you would use this little formula to determine, how much value has been lost over, in this case, 2 years. So we want to know the percent of decrease. Now we're going to do the same thing that we just did for example 5 for the increase. All right, it's the same thing. The equation's not going to change. You're going to do the exact same thing. The key word here is depreciates, because that lets you know that the percent is decreasing. So you start off with your equation, percent of change. Find the difference between the two numbers, because that's the change, the amount of change, divided by the original price of the car times 100. So again, you can grab a calculator, subtract, divide by 12,500, you should get a decimal, multiply by 100, your car depreciated 22.4% over 2 years. Now, I don't know a lot about cars to know if that's a lot or not, but that means that if you want to sell that car, this is the price that you have to start with to sell it. Not what you bought it for, but what it's worth after 2 years of depreciation. Okay, so that's example 6. Now, you better go ahead and write it, because I'm about to erase it. And we're going to move on to example 7. Okay. You should be reading example 7 while I'm erasing. Okay, let's see what example 7 says. Airfare from Frankfurt to Washington, D.C. during the summertime is $675. Okay? I don't think it's $675 anymore, but we'll go with it. So during the summertime, it's $675. During the holiday season, it increases, so there's your key word, increases to $900. Okay? Now, we all know that airfare changes with the seasons. There's, the high season, the peak season, and then there's the low rates, lower seasons when people aren't traveling as much. So this really, really happens. These prices may not be accurate, but that's what happens. Airlines change their prices. They're higher during Christmas time. They're lower in October and March and things like that. So this is real life. We want to know what's the percent of increase. So we're going to do the same thing. Going to use our equation. Percent of change is going to be equal to the difference between the two numbers, so I have to subtract, divided by the original number, what you started with, times 100. Okay, so here's what you're going to get. 900 minus 675, get that number. Divide it by 675, get a decimal. Multiply by 100, your answer is the price increases by 33%. Okay? 33%. Now, what you're going to do is you've got 2 problems on your own there at the bottom. Problem 1 is about house, and houses depreciate or can, increase in value depending on what the owner does with the house. And then number 2 is talking about exercise. So I think you have enough to get you started. After you're done with your problems and your notes, start your homework, and I will see you in class.